we'll be going over our specific recipe and how we achieve really delicious brews out of this drip coffee maker. Let's get into it. 2 features about the Precision Brewer that we're gonna take advantage of to achieve our results. Number 1, it's the modulating basket in here. So the default basket comes with 2 options. We have a cone-shaped basket as well as the default flat bottom basket. The flat bottom basket will probably be more suited for much bigger brews than what we'll be going over in this video. However, this cone-shaped basket is gonna be best for smaller size brews that provide much more complexity, sweetness, and in our opinion, a much better extraction. Number 2 are the adjustable features that you can customize in the brewer to create your own personal brew recipe. So let's get into that first. We're gonna head over to My Brew, enter the setting, and then for bloom time, we have a 45-second brew time. Our brew temp is 208 degrees Fahrenheit. Our flow rate is gonna be medium. And for the pour over, we're gonna turn that option off. You're gonna go down into settings and go down to filter type, and then you're gonna select cone. Now for your ratios. Let's go with 40 grams of coffee that we're gonna dose out and 640 milliliters or grams of water. That's gonna go with a very traditional 1:16 recipe. As for grind size, we're gonna go with something a few notches, a few clicks coarser than pour over. Because we're using the cone-shaped attachment in there, it's gonna be a little more reminiscent to a pour over. However, we're still doing a bigger size, a bigger batch, so it's going to require a slightly coarser grind size. From our experience, once you nail the grind size, you only need to make a few slight adjustments in that grind, whether that's a little finer, a little coarser, for pretty much most coffees moving forward. Today we'll be brewing a lovely Colombian geisha produced by Wilder Lasso and roasted by us, Mirror Coffee Roasters. I would highly recommend you just rinse the filter a little bit to get any of that paper taste out. Now it's just a waiting game until your tasty bean juice is all done brewing and you can enjoy the very limited work that you put into getting a very tasty cup of coffee. Now let's give it a taste and see if we need to make any final adjustments to dial in this specific coffee. I think it's 90% of the way there. This is tasting a little dry, little bitterness on there. So what I would do is just go slightly coarser to get it a little more juicier, a little more brighter and zippier. Now, if your brew is tasting a little too sour or way too bright, or just lacking boldness or flavor, you can go just a hair finer on your grind setting, and that should put you right where it needs to be. Now, one more bonus tip that you might want to pay attention to is the Breville machine will tell you when it's done brewing. When it says that it's done brewing, it should be done brewing. Like the water should have gone already through the bed. Now, if it's still taking way too long to go through the bed, even after that, that might be a good sign that you've ground a little too fine. Now, on the flip side, that works as well. If your coffee is done brewing way too quickly and it's still showing that it's still brewing, well, maybe you need to go a hair finer. If you're looking for some delicious coffees to brew with this new recipe and your Breville brewer, well, there's a link down in the description to our roasted coffee. We roast and ship weekly. It's a whole menu of lovely light roasted single origin coffees. Well, friends, remember, as we always say, reflect what's good.